And that was the season finale of Jeremiah and Crumpet. And what a shocker it was. We will see our hit crime-solving widowers return for Season 2 on the 1st of March. Now, though, it's time for one last time this year. He's seeing it out with a big bang. It's Jeffrey John Science.
Hiya, it's me, Jeffrey John Science. Happy New Year! The year's finally over and we can pretend it's all a dream, just like Dallas. It's a proper old TV show from 80s, by the way. So the Earth, you know, that big spinning ball of, well, Earth. Have you ever stopped to think about how our planet is named after dirt? Earth is just dirt, you know where worms live. Why did we settle for Earth as the name of our planet? Why did we call it Jupiter? That's way better than bloody Earth. I'd rather it be called Karen, and that's just plain wrong. Let's face it, we should just accept our fate and call it Google, or Planet Musk, considering they'll own most things by 2050, but that's another story. The Earth has made its amazing journey all the way around big massive ball of gas called the Sun. I'm surprised we just didn't call it light. Oh no, wait. Anyway, that's amazing, don't you think? Like science, and it's everywhere. We've come a long way since 2019, literally. 92,955,807 miles to be exact. Who knew? Well, I did, because I'm the personification of science. It's in me name. Just before we crossed the finish line of our race around solar system, I received an email from a fan. I've got a fan. It's unbelievable. Normally I get mail from those crazies in Flat Earth world, which is referred to as a lunatic asylum. This email's from the Fat Stig, and I got my friend George Small to read it for me in what I imagine the writer of the email sounds like. Take away, George.
This is a message to Jeffrey John Science. Like many of us, I'm sure you'll be making your New Year's resolution, and it got me thinking. What would Jeffrey John Science be thinking of when it comes to New Year's resolution? My New Year's resolution is to stop being so judgmental about idiotic so-called clever celebrity scientists, and that they do have a degree for a reason. Yes, it may well be for sociology, but it means they have letters after their name, as if they've been knighted. Now, being stuck up in the Arctic Circle, surrounded by snow, ice and massive polar bears, what would you be thinking of? Would it be something like, what draws the polar bear to the Arctic, or where Captain America's plane is? Would love to know what you're thinking and what your New Year's resolution is going to be this coming year. Look forward to your response, Sir Jeffrey, the Fat Stig.
Thanks so much, George Small. Great stuff. Thanks for your email, Fat Stig. It's great to read from you. New Year's resolutions are tricky, not only because they mostly involve eating less chocolate, which fails miserably, but a go-to to make science more accessible to the world. I mean, it's almost an impossible task because science is everywhere. But as Tom Cruise shows, nothing's impossible if you're crashing off motorbikes or helicopters. I'm not sure which scientific persons you're referring to here, but I know plenty of phonies out there with silly nonsensical letters after their names. Like PhD, that just stands for pretty huge.
Dinner's ready!
Alright, Mum, I'm coming. I've not been knighted yet, but then again, I'm scared of being decapitated by an old bird with a big heavy sword. The chances are pretty high considering the height to weight ratio of the Queen and the sword. It's just physics. So yes, you're right. I was stuck in the North Pole and it was freezing. I managed to call in a few favours from my mentor Dave at Attenborough, and his boat is named after him, but it was originally called Boating McBoatface. I'm glad to be back home, where I'm currently making my own firework using natural materials and chemistry, otherwise known as science. While I was in the Arctic, I had lots of time on my hands to contemplate many things. Captain America's plane you referred to is actually the Red Skull's plane that Captain Steve Rogers selflessly dived into the ice. Polar bears are jerks. They ate all me Cadbury's cream eggs. I don't want to argue with them because, you know, they'd pat me face off. I've thought of things like, I wonder how EastEnders ended. I bet someone died. It's kind of like the laws of nature, but for EastEnders. It's like a planet's gravity pulling an asteroid towards it and crashing to the surface, but with a person being accidentally ran over by a car. It could be referred to as the sadness of Christmas principle, followed by lots of tears and shouting. So here are some of the other things I wondered about while I was in the Arctic. What did the Queen say? Did she get a huge sword out and stab 2020 in its face? I bet she did as well, I bloody missed it. How the hell did Craig David get an MBE? His music's so rubbish, I wouldn't even recommend it to polar bears, and they're massive bastards. Proper fuming about that. Anyway, 2020's over for another year, and we can set sights on 2021. What will it bring? Well, as long as it's not a literal asteroid, then things should look up. Well, if it is an asteroid, then I wouldn't recommend looking up. You'll get lots of little rocks in your eyes, followed by huge, massive ones. Look out for more science. It's hard to miss because it's everywhere. Happy New Year. Ta-ra!
And remember, if you have a question for Jeffrey, he can be reached via email at thejabpod@gmail.com. And from all of us at The Jab, Happy New Year.